Hi everyone, this is Vortex 259, and I just wanted to let you know that today I was cleaning out a few things out of a drawer and I found my old Gameboy Advance SP tucked away in there. And it's been a while since I've played my Gameboy Advance SP. I haven't really played any games on it since I bought a Nintendo DS last year. So, I got to thinking, well, the Gameboy Advance SP, I haven't played it in a while, and it's actually capable of playing older games such as Game Boy Color games. And I was just curious if anybody was also a fan of the Dragon Warrior series. I've been a big fan of Dragon Warrior for a long time, and haven't played this game in years. This is a Game Boy Color game. Enix, before they merged with Squaresoft to become Square Enix, released this title as a remake of the old Nintendo Entertainment System version of Dragon Warrior 3, which was released back in 1991, I believe. So in essence, this is a 7-year-old remake of a 17-year-old game. So I thought, well, why not? Let's pop this title into the Game Boy Advance SP. I've been making the Let's Play of Final Fantasy 1 on my Nintendo DS, and everybody's been commenting that they think it's pretty good quality. So I'm just kind of curious if I'm going to get the same quality on the Game Boy Advance SP. So let's give it a whirl and see. I've already got the game pack inserted there. So let's just zoom in here, see what kind of quality we're going to get. So far so good. It looks pretty good through the viewfinder on my camera here. I guess I've been such a big fan of the Dragon Warrior series because we got 4 Dragon Warrior titles on the Nintendo Entertainment System versus just one Final Fantasy title. So I guess I've always been a little partial to the Dragon Warrior series ever since I was a kid. But I really do like them both. Now the great thing about the Game Boy Color version of Dragon Warrior 3 is they added this long prologue at the beginning of the game to kind of give you some perspective and background on what's going on in the story. And basically the hero Ortega and his wife have just had a child. And this is the kingdom of Aliahan. And there's the king. And the king says, "Listen, Ortega, the hero of Aliahan will finally depart for the evil lord's castle. The journey is sure to be hard," and excuse me while I try to focus this a little bit. But following the typical RPG cliche, Ortega is the world's only hope. Nobody else in the world can do it except him. So let's give him a hero's send-off. So there go the soldiers. Akira Toriyama, I believe he did the Dragon Ball Z series, didn't he? Okay, there's some townsfolk coming over to Ortega's house. And there's Ortega's wife, and I guess they feel kind of sorry for her because they know her husband is about to leave. We'd like him to have this. It's the least we can do. A helmet. Oh, this helmet. Thank you, bye. So she takes a helmet and takes it upstairs to her husband Ortega. And he's going to say some more cliche type things. Can't this wait until the baby is a little older? But he has to say, "I am sorry, understand this. There is not going to be peace without sacrifice. And I'm not just doing this for the others, I'm doing it for you, honey, and our baby too." "I understand, dear. I'm sorry. Please be careful. Don't get killed. Bye." Koichi Sugiyama. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's the composer for the Dragon Warrior series. Okay, so here goes the hero Ortega off into the wilderness, going through towers, going through temples, going through dungeons. Hey, that looks a little bit like Mount Gulg in my Final Fantasy 1 videos, doesn't it? And yes, he battles some pretty strong monsters too. And he finally makes it to this little remote village before collapsing. "Grandpa, there's a man passed out." He has a weird helmet on. So the townsfolk nurse him back to health, send him on his merry way, and did you notice he's not wearing his helmet anymore? Somehow he obtains a ship and sails to distant lands, such as this glacier, and enters a shrine there. And his journey is long, and he makes it all the way to Mount Gulg. No, that's not Mount Gulg. I've got to stop comparing this to Final Fantasy I. It's just like comparing apples and oranges. So here he is. He's going to have an epic battle with a dragon on the top of the volcano's mouth. It's going to be a pretty long battle sequence, but it's kind of cool. Just adds to the, I guess, the epic feel of it. Must be a pretty strong dragon. Watch out for that lava, and watch out for those fireballs. They can send your eyebrows off. But you know, despite that very long journey, coming all the way up here, he loses. It's like getting tackled on the 1-yard line. Hey, it's the Simpsons. The Simpsons. Sorry, I can't sing. And that was a bad joke anyway. So it's a dark day in the kingdom of Aliahan. The great hero Ortega has fallen, and this lone soldier comes all the way back to the castle to deliver the grievous news. Now my question is, if they could make it all the way to the volcano, why didn't they accompany Ortega in the first place? Well, I guess we're not supposed to ask questions like that. So the king consoles Ortega's wife, but she seems to be taking it well, as if she was expecting it. So the king says there's no hope now. And the lady says, "Wrong, there is still this child who carries Ortega's blood. This child will carry on after Ortega." And thus begins the epic story. That's the third time I've used epic, I think, but that's the only way to describe it. Thus begins the epic story of Dragon Warrior 3. So I just thought I would get my camera out and test the video quality on the SP. Looks to be pretty good. What do you think? You know, I probably might eventually do this as an LP. I don't know if you guys would like to see it or not. There may be others that have already done an LP on this game. I haven't checked yet, but let me know what your thoughts are on that. And I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it, and I appreciate you watching. And until next time, this is Vortex 259 signing off. Have yourselves a great day.